When you're investing in stocks and bonds, it's a good idea to have a plan in place that can help you decide when conditions are potentially favorable for being invested and when conditions are potentially more favorable for being defensive or being in cash. That's because you'd like your investments to make money when the markets are going up, but you'd also like to limit the amount of loss you experience when markets go down. And markets do go down from time to time. No one can stop that. In this video, we will talk about one of the primary processes that our tactical allocation model uses for deciding when it might be a good time to be invested and when might be a better time to be defensive or be sitting out. To help understand how this works, let's look at the market through the lens of a point and figure chart. And let's use this pile of blocks as an illustration. Remember, prices of financial assets like stocks and bonds are affected by buyers and sellers. When there are more buyers than sellers, prices usually go up. And when there are more sellers than buyers, prices usually go down. Now, on a chart like this one, a column of X's represents that prices are generally going up and there are more buyers than sellers. A column of O's represents that prices are generally going down and there are more sellers than buyers. Now, when a column of X's exceeds the previous column of X's, it's called a buy signal. And when a column of O's drops below the previous column of O's, then it's called a sell signal. So let's pretend that this whole pile of blocks represents the whole market. And each block in the pile represents a stock. Now, if a stock is on a buy signal, then it gets to stay in the pile. But when a stock goes on a sell signal, then it has to come out of the pile. And just like the market, every time a stock in the market goes on a sell signal, the market gets a little shakier. And in the same kind of way, this pile gets shakier and shakier as more and more blocks come out of the pile. Now, if enough blocks come out of the pile, eventually the whole pile falls. Just like in the market, when enough stocks go on sell signals, then the whole market declines. And that's when we begin to see things go down. So after the market declines far enough, at some point, investors, buyers begin to find value and they begin to come back into the market and buy stocks. At some point, those stocks begin to go back on buy signals and they get to go back in the pile. So when stocks go back on buy signals, then we can represent that in a chart that looks like this one. Here, a column of X's means that enough stocks have gone back on buy signals that the percentage of stocks that are on buy signals is improving. And when stocks go on sell signals, if enough stocks do that, then a column of O's appears, and that means that the percentage of stocks on buy signals is now declining in the market. So the goal of our tactical allocation portfolios is to be invested in broad market indices when those indices are improving, meaning that there are more stocks going on buy signals than sell signals, and to spend as little time as possible owning the broad market indices when they are deteriorating or when more stocks are going on sell signals. To see how this approach could work for you, click on the Schedule Appointment button to arrange time for us to discuss whether or not our approach to investing is a good fit for your portfolio and your goals.